Your baby is crying. The clock says it's been 12 minutes. Every parenting book on your shelf says the same thing. Wait it out. Comforting him too quickly will create bad habits. So you sit outside the door, listening, doing nothing. In most Pakistani households, this exact moment looks completely different. Welcome to Mentivara, where we explore the quiet wisdom hidden inside Pakistani culture. Today we're looking at one of the most debated topics in modern parenting, the cry it out method, and why it's rarely practiced in Pakistani households. Let's break down what's actually happening on both sides. Cry it out, often called CIO, became popular through sleep training methods like the Ferber method in the 1980s. The idea is simple. When a baby cries at bedtime or during the night, a parent waits a set amount of time before responding, gradually increasing that wait time so the baby learns to fall back asleep independently. For many exhausted parents, this method offers something they desperately need: a full night of sleep. But here's what's actually happening inside that baby during the waiting. An infant's brain, especially in the first year, cannot distinguish between "my parent will come soon" and "my parent is gone." During those minutes of crying alone, a baby's cortisol, the stress hormone, rises sharply. Some studies have found that even after a baby stops crying and appears calm, cortisol levels can remain elevated, meaning the stress response continues even when it looks, from the outside, like the baby has settled down. Now, here's what tends to happen in a Pakistani household instead. The baby starts crying, and within seconds, someone is already there. Not eventually, not after a timer, immediately. This isn't seen as spoiling the baby, it's seen as simply answering. So why does immediate response seem to work without creating the dependency parents fear? Here are 4 reasons. Number 1. Crying is communication, not manipulation. A baby crying isn't trying to control anyone. He has no other way to say, "I'm hungry," "I'm uncomfortable," or "I'm scared." Responding to crying is simply responding to language, the only language he currently has. Number 2. Trust builds faster than habits form. The fear behind cry it out is that responding creates a permanent habit. But attachment researchers have found something different. In the first year of life, babies are building a foundational sense of whether the world is safe and responsive. That foundation tends to matter more long-term than any single sleep habit. Number 3. Responding doesn't mean overstimulating. Picking up a crying baby doesn't have to mean turning on lights, talking loudly, or fully waking them up. In many Pakistani households, the response is quiet: a hand on the back, a low hum, presence without drama. The goal isn't entertainment, it's reassurance. Number 4, and this is the one I personally find hardest to practice consistently: responding at 3 a.m. every single night for months without resentment creeping in. I'll be honest, this is exhausting. No version of this habit doesn't cost sleep, energy, and patience. But the research on infant attachment is fairly consistent on this point. Babies who are consistently responded to in their first year tend to become more independent later, not less, because they're not spending their early development worried about whether help will come. Now, I want to be clear about something important. Sleep training, including methods like cry it out, has genuinely helped many exhausted families function, and pediatricians who recommend it are not doing harm on purpose. Every baby and every parent's capacity is different. This isn't about one method being cruel and another being correct. It's about understanding what's actually happening for the baby during those minutes alone, so parents can make an informed choice, not just a desperate one. So here's what it really comes down to. A baby crying alone in the dark isn't learning independence. He's learning whether the world answers him. And the families who answer quickly, again and again, aren't creating a dependent child. They're building the quiet, early evidence that he is not alone in this. If this video gave you something to think about, subscribe to Mentivara. Every week, we uncover the wisdom inside Pakistani culture that the modern world is only just beginning to understand. Comment below. Did you try Cry It Out with your baby? How did it go? I genuinely want to know. No judgment either way.